microphone is on, and I got a lava cookie in my mouth. Hang on. All right, there we go. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta start out with some humor. Welcome, everyone. Glad to have you all on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you are watching VolcanoX live stream. And glad to have everyone here. Quick Heimlich. Not quite that bad there, Linda. I was kidding about the cookie. Although I do have the Tim Tams not very far away here, so you have to be careful. If you hear crunching noises during the stream, you'll know what's going on. Especially if you hear my mouth all full. And a pat on the back. Thanks, Oz. Those are Australian Tim Tams, by the way. Yeah, from Oz. That's all good. Anyway, welcome to everyone. Glad to have you all on board. And that is excellent. It is a wonderful day today. Well, sort of. I've been hunting for lava. I can't find any like close-up, real good, solid-looking lava anywhere, and it's hard. It's hard. You know, sometimes when you're looking for that fresh stuff that that you really want, you know, the good flows and nice color and everything. It just doesn't happen. But we got to do what we got to do. And we can't always have the things. Grandma B was first in today again. Yay! Grandma B was in 2 days ago as number one as well. So Grandma B gets cookies again. She is, you know, for an old grandma, she's pretty quick. Better watch out, guys. She's a fast one. Anyway. It's all good. Lots of fun. Anyway, yeah. Let's see. Where can we go? Let's say hi to everyone in here. I see there's about 31 people, and the count is climbing, so that is excellent. I'd like to see that going up a little bit. And hopefully we will get more. And for those who haven't done it yet, you know, like once in a while, you need to share it out on different media platforms if you can. Also put it into your community chat, things like that. Share the stream out, that does help a whole bunch. Gets a few more people in here, and you know, some of the lava family members that aren't aware will become aware, if you will, and that is always nice. Anyway, let's say hi to people, and Sasha is throwing bombs, so I'm going to be real quick with that one, and toss that bomb over to somebody else. Welcome, Sasha. Oz is here, welcome, and of course Grandma B, and we got in there real quick, Linda Schoof in the house, and let's see, who else is here? Mr. Henry Nelson, good to have you on board. Kevin Haynes is back. And let's see, Mars 2028. Philomena is here. Welcome, Philomena. And still scrolling up here, looking for some other and wonderful people. Well, you're all wonderful people. I'm just gotta find the other ones. I know there weren't that many chatting, so sometimes that happens. We got Sasha, we got Mars, we got Grandma B already, we got Linda Schoof. Yeah, we got. I'm still scrolling up. Arliss Scott, welcome back, and thanks for renewing your membership. That's awesome. And let's see, who else we got? Michael Olson on board as well, so that's cool. And scrolling up a little bit more, looking for other wonderful people. Lizoid, welcome Lizoid. Lizoid, the guy with snow on the ground. Told him to dress extra warm if he's going outside, otherwise being cold-blooded, he's gonna just, you know, kind of stall out, and we'll have to dig him out of the snow, or wait a couple months till the sun warms him up enough to get moving again. Welcome, Connie Tyree. Good to have you on board. And let's see, going up the rest of the way. Up at the top here, I don't see anyone else other than Kevin Haynes, I think I already mentioned. So we're good for names right now. Let me go back down to the bottom and see if I missed anyone else down here. And I think we got just about everyone that's in here. If I did not call your name out, it was not... oh, Hermione and Fluffy are here. Sorry, I missed that one. If I didn't call your name out, though, it wasn't intentional. I'm trying to get everyone, and sometimes I miss names, so you can always yell at me if I didn't say anything. Carolyn says, I'm here. Welcome, Carolyn. Glad to have you on board. And yeah, it's, you know, we can't always see everybody. Some people grab the lava cookies and head into the lounge like that wonky donkey. And, you know, we never see him. He just kicks up a fuss and runs. You know, those four legs move pretty quick. But nice to have you on board, Trev. Okay, so, yeah, what's new, what's wonderful, what's exciting? We still don't know what our mystery SO2 was there. In the Rikens Ridge area, where it meets up to the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. Basically, we don't know. I did discuss it or send a message to Yvonne Kunkel to see if she had any ideas, since she's the volcanologist. And she basically replies she's got no idea, but it could be the new continent that is going to emerge from the Atlantic Ocean, and we have officially decided to call it the continent of Kunkel. Exploding Chinese balloons. Uh-oh. I don't think it was that, Linda, but that might be another alternative explanation for it, since there are no volcanoes on the seafloor that we know of in that area. So that may be something. Yeah, Henry, yeah, I'm selling lots right away. If you're interested in getting a 100-acre plot, just send me a check and we'll have no problem. We can just email me. I'll give you the address and the proper name to put it on there. No, not Kunkel Island, the continent of Kunkel. The continent. It's going to be a huge place. We're going to be like just as big as Australia. Okay, so it's going to be cool. And we're going to have all kinds of things. Up in the north, we're going to have mountains and skiing and stuff. Down in the south, we're going to have palm trees. And it'll be cool. I know Henry wants a beachfront property down on the southern side, so he gets that the Gulf Stream air. And that'll be really, really cool and awesome. Oh, I don't know what else we can throw out there. Okay, anyway, on screen we've got our wonderful Helima crater there in Kilauea, a volcano, and of course that is on the big island of Hawaii, and in Hawaii, and that is almost a continent in itself as well. No snow shoveling? I'm in. Yep, we decided that there won't be any snow down on the southern shores, and that'll be okay. You'll be similar to the Azores. You might get a little bit of rain during the rainy season, but you won't have to shovel it. So that's the important part, right? You'll be kind of like, I'm trying to think, yeah, it's more or less like the Azores. So, you know, they do have some palm trees there and stuff. It'll be okay. You don't need to worry. No snow. Rain is fine. Yeah, well, we need rain. Rain makes things grow, especially when you have the palm trees. They need to be watered. Your lawn needs to be watered. Things like that. So all good. Yep, it's official, and we're all nuts. Yeah, coconuts, that is. Filled with lava. and lots of fun. Okay, no ice rain. No ice rain, Sasha. Strictly the wet stuff above freezing temperatures. Just to ban mosquitoes. We're working on that. Those little guys, they have a tendency to migrate. So very, very hard to do your thing. Showers, the best way to wash. Yeah, there you go, Oz. All cool. Anyway, that's our volcano today. I did have to do some rebooting here, so again, a little bit of confusion as to what's where on my computer, but I did have to do that because apparently they had updates for the updates which were previously updated with the updates. So apparently there was my computer had to cycle 4 times. So there was obviously four re-updates to the updates. But that's all done. Anyway, I do see my hamster on the screen. That's all good. We do see the flow pattern had changed overnight a little bit. We are not seeing so much. It looks a little wider in here now, and it looks a little wider down on the other end. We are seeing a little bit more over here, and that is pretty awesome, pretty cool. And kind of, I wish we had a different view. So let's take a look at something slightly different in the view of complements of the USGS, so you can have a little different vantage point of the crater. And let's see what it looks like there. So here comes that video. I'm going to play it now. This is from USGS, and of course what they call it, continued lava lake activity and Kilauea summit. So February 14th is when they did this, so 2 days ago. And here's the view from their other vantage point, and definitely you can see here's our Gator Rock lava gator. He's changed, and there's that one spout there. You see another spout, a couple of them over here, a bunch of open spots. There's also a spout way over here, which is kind of interesting. So this is kind of a nice thing. There's what Lava Gator is looking like right now. He sure has changed. Looks like his nose is broken. This is the other primary vent in our little 1 acre pond, which is definitely not a 1 acre pond anymore. It's grown a lot. And that was it for that video. So it wasn't a very long video, but it did give a little bit of difference there. Oz, thank you very kindly for gifting that 1 membership. Oz gifted 1 membership. I didn't see anybody get it as of yet, but I'm sure if you did not get your membership yet, if you're not a member, click on that banner, and there should be a button there that said turn on gifts or accept gifts, and turn that on if you haven't done so already. Hey, Curse Chaplain also popped in. Welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. Anyway, that little video, I mean, I can play it again. It was kind of quick, so let's do that really fast. Of course, like I say, it's a USGS, so let's get at it here and just watch it. And you can see there's the primary vent that we're watching. There's a lava gator. There's the other spots. You do see some lighter spots in the background here too, which is kind of cool and interesting. But we do have a whole big rock formation in this area. Also some birds flying over top, so that crater can't be overly hot, otherwise they wouldn't have been there. Hey, congratulations to Carolyn. You got gifted that membership that Oz had thrown out. That is awesome. Very cool. And Doc's Crocagator Rock. Oh, yep. That is pretty awesome. Anyway, it looks good. I figured I'd throw this in a second time here so we can all see that. Hey, Krista Chaplin, thanks. Well done, Carolyn. And okay, let's pop that back to the other one. There we go. Hey, what happened? Cursed, you were just green, and then you changed color, I think. Yeah, I guess your membership thingy just ran out. Well, maybe somebody will gift another one and you can end up getting another membership. That'll be cool. Okay, no worries. You're still part of the lava family, though, even if you are not green. So that's all cool. Let's see. Somebody else just popped in here. I wanted to say hi to him, him or her, or whoever it was. We got Wonky Donkey. Who was it that just snuck in here? I may have missed somebody sneaking in. Whoever it was, welcome. Okay. Oh, Joseph. There he is. Joseph Fields, Texas. I knew I seen him somewhere. I seen somebody and wasn't sure of who it is. I should actually say welcome to our wonderful moderators. We've got Arizona Snowman, Piggy, who isn't here right now. She might be sleeping, which is a good thing. And then, of course, C&D Boy and Joseph Fields, Texas. And Gary 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, and possibly Lucas Snow as well. So thank you, moderators, for being here, and that is all awesome. Anyway, let's see. Kevin Haynes gifted a membership there. Well, let's see who ends up getting that one. Maybe you'll be lucky, Kirst. I can't guarantee it. YouTube is the one that throws them out, so we'll see what happens. Thanks, Kevin, for doing that. Kevin Haynes, and gifting one membership. That is very, very awesome, and good to see that. I'm going to write that down. Kevin Haynes gifted one. There we go. So let's see if Kirst talks there. We might see her change back to green instantly. We'll see what happens. No guarantees, though. Like I said, it's YouTube that controls that completely beyond our control here. Looking at, yes, I want it back, LOL. Well, let's see what happens. Maybe they'll give that back to you real quick. We'll see. That one is up for grabs, so I don't know. You already have that thing turned on, so you should be okay. We'll see if YouTube flips it over. Anyway, this was the shot from earlier today at 9:29 a.m. Let's change that there a little bit so you can see the time and date on there. And it was a little bit smoky, so that's kind of what we were battling. Earlier too, as this photo was taken, it was horrible. You couldn't see a darn thing. I had a nice photo up there from earlier, and of course I rebooted my computer, and guess what it did, right? Here's the other one, and it was raining there, so this is refreshed. This is a current photo from our Halemaumau crater, and you can definitely see the moonscape, or whatever you want to call it. It's definitely pretty smoky looking and pretty bizarre. Lots of heat and lots of steam rising from that fresh rain hitting it. And just a note, down in the front here we see a lot of steam as well, so possibly some extra hot lava right on that edge. We'll see what happens. Here's the thermal from 9:20 a.m. and let's refresh that one as well. Before we do, you can see the primary lava flow there going into the pond or lake, if you want to call it that. And there's where the navigator is, and over there the other vent. And surprisingly, it keeps pouring in there, but we're not seeing this rise or grow. And my question is, of course, is where the heck is it going? And that is what it is. Whose birthday is it? What? I have to shamelessly toot my own horn. It's my birthday today. Mona Alfano. That's not shameless, Mona. We're going to take care of you. We'll see what we can do for getting you a cake and stuff. So we'll see what we can do with that. So don't go running away on us, okay? It's going to take a little bit of time to set that up, but we'll see what we can do during the break maybe, and work on that. Anyway, looking at the current shot, looks like things did cool down a little bit in the area. Something I did notice, and I should have pointed that out on the other shot earlier here, this corner of the old lava pond was fairly hot. I see now this side is fairly hot. So I wonder if we got something else going on in here now, because we had our primary flow shift from here to over here. I wonder if we're going to see it come back over to here. Just, you know, I don't know. I'm guessing. No guarantees or anything. And of course we're looking down on the bottom here, trying to see if there's anything else popping up. We don't see anything. So that's kind of where we're at with our Helima Uma crater. And happy birthday, Mona Alfano. And we'll see if we can take care of that business once we get to the break. Let's carry on here though, and we'll get to our next destination, and of course the next place that we want to go. And I do have to apologize for yesterday. I boo-booed yesterday big time, and for those who missed it, we didn't do Iceland yesterday, and it was pointed out to me by not Yvonne Kunkel but Yvonne Vanderfield, or yeah, Vanderhoof, whatever, the other Yvonne, and I went and realized that she's right. I didn't. So yeah, it happens. Yeah, it's one of those things. I you know, and yesterday I did say to everyone I was having a totally off day, and there you go. That's what happened. I mean, we did look at the what do they call it? The Dragon's Eye, which I thought was good, but off the stream with you. Yes, Tom, I'm fired. Whoa, hang on. How can you fire me? You're allowed a day off. Yeah, I suppose. When's the last time I took a day off? Yeah, it's been going straight for a while here already. Anyway, let's get over to Iceland and take a look. And yeah, I wanted to report about all that fresh snow they've got there. And we see that in this shot. This is the present view right now. They were reloaded with fresh snow. And let's go back about, I don't know, go 10 hours roughly, or close to it, and see what it looked like. So, yep, back to winter. And you can see the mountains in the background here, all covered with that white flaky stuff. The roofs are all covered with white flakes. Everywhere is white, and that is what happened. So, Jane Mary also here. Welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. And cool. Thanks for popping in. Let's let's keep going though. Next shot, of course, is the airport view. A nice view for at nighttime. Very good, clear camera picture tonight. And that is the airport, of course. And if we go back about 10 hours on that one as well, gives you a pretty good idea of what it was looking like there earlier. And that was their daytime shot. So not bad, but you see that is all that green grass that we were seeing here at the Perlin Center, all white again. Wow, you know, that is just fantastic. So pretty awesome to see, and hopefully they'll all be good with having a little bit of snow going there again. I bet you Alex is just miserable right now. He's probably sitting in the lurkers lounge grumping at me, going, what's this guy saying the snow is good? Anyway, it's flakies. The groundhog lied. Well, I don't think they got groundhogs there in Iceland, so it doesn't count. Mona Alfano, Fox 23, misfire. Oh, it happens. Fox 23 misfired. Darn it. Anyway, let's put that one back on live. And I should put this one back on live and make those screens small so we don't burn too much horsepower here. The other view, though, of course, nighttime view is absolutely horrible, but I think you'll like the daytime view, and that was absolutely nice looking. There is Katla. We can see it today. I love it. And it is completely covered in snow once again. They got a tremendous amount of snow there at Katla. And yeah, it does look pretty. You're right, Linda. And very, very nice looking. So the big snow pile over here, that is Katla volcano. That is a very sizable caldera up there, just so you know that. And you know, when that thing goes, we'll know it. We'll know it. This is not, this is a cloud that's not from the volcano, just so you know. Wanted to throw that in and emphasize it, and yep, very, very interesting. And you know, looking at the amount of snow and the footprints, it did snow a fair amount there, so that is pretty nice looking. And even later on in the day, it wasn't bad looking too. If we move ahead a little bit, and we did get some cloud over that snow, but that was to be expected. And then of course the evening started setting in. It was still clear, and you can still see Katla very well, so pretty awesome to see that. But no more people there. They all left. It's time to go home and get dinner, kind of thing. Let's put that back on live. Let's make it small. We'll go over to our next page, and that is our harmonic tremor chart, and that is not quite up to date, but close. I'm going to refresh it, and then we can see what it looks like right now. There we go. So we did have a quake in here, and I think that one may have disappeared off the chart already, but we did have a downward trend going up and down, and we see a bunch of little spikes in here, so indicating that we do have some tremor activity in the area. But even with the downward trend, I'm still kind of stoked because we are seeing the quakes, and that is important if you're trying to get a volcano going. Anyway, let's scoot through here. We'll stop at Grimsey and just see what Grimsey is doing. And Grimsey is doing almost the opposite. It's going upward. And I'm surprised. I mean, this is the area where we had all those big quakes right there. And since then it dropped down a bit and went back up, and then up and down, and way down. And now it's recovering. So possibly some more tectonic movement up in that area. Let's take a look at the Grindavik one. And Grindavik, of course, is southwest of Fagradalfjall. It too was on a downward trend. That spike is not quite as big in the Grindavik one, the one very early in the morning, but we do see a couple of other little ones in there as well, so pretty cool. Slide over a little bit further to the Krusuvik one, which is up on the northeast side of Fagradalfjall, and that one is a little bit harder to decipher. Oh, I think I passed it, darn it. Krusuvik, there you are, and it too was coming down, but we see we don't see that other spike in here. Oh yeah, we do too. It was just hidden. It's hard to see that one, and very difficult because of it being fairly close together. Anyway, we do see the other little spikes, And I think we're going to start seeing that come back up pretty quick. So let's roll this back up to Fragile, just so we have it up there and I can find the place again. And there it is. Whoop, a little too far. Okay, got it. And let's go over to our next place, and there is our earthquakes for our wonderful Iceland. And as you can see, we had 40. I'm clicking on things. 41 quakes in the last 24 hours. And we aren't seeing anything way up north here, so that is all good. A lot of activity down here. Remember yesterday we had nothing down here? Sorry, a day before. And let's take a look though and see what we've got now. Real quick, 1.39 in magnitude, 10 kilometers down, 525. Next one over is a 2.2 or 2.02, also 10 kilometers down, 5:41 a.m. And then a 1.5 from 5:55 a.m., also 10 kilometers down. So those are kind of following suit with that other swarm we used to have there. For those who aren't familiar with the Reykjanes Peninsula, there's the capital city of Reykjavik. Of course, over here is Keflavik at the international airport, Keflavik, Reykjanesbær, Jarðvík. And if we slide over here and zoom in a little bit, you can see the Blue Lagoon is right in here. And of course the power plant that supplies hot water for that area. And then of course down here the town of Grindavik, and a couple of radio towers there for the Navy. We do have a quake over there, and that is a magnitude 0.53, 4.3 kilometers down from 10:37 this morning. And we did have a quake sitting in here earlier, but it dissipated already. It was gone. So that would have been in the not a creaky area. No, yeah, not creaky would have been what we would call that. And we don't see it there anymore, but it was there. For those who need to know, this is where Ragnar actually is. And that was the Siggy Fisher. This would be the Meridalia Valley right in there. And this would be Geldingadalur, of course. And this is not Haggy. And then on this side of the hill here is not Creaky. And the parking lot would have been down right around here for those who need to know if you need to park. And go visit that place. Anyway, let's carry on here. Krusavik, that's the other volcano that we were just talking about, or chart. And this is a 0.3, 6.5 kilometers down from a 2140, and then another 0.3 from 1758, a 9.9 kilometers down. And this is interesting. We've got a whole little swarm, and that is right around, well, I don't know, I call it pretty close to the capital city itself. There's a 0.84, 6.1 kilometers down from 2:23 a.m. 0.78, 6.3 kilometers down, 2:22. This guy's a 2.93. They would have felt that. 6.2 kilometers down from 2:16. And the other one is a 2.58. 6.2 kilometers down as well from 2:15 a.m. So it gives you a pretty good idea. I'm not going to go through all of them. The other ones are fairly small in there. Let's continue on here. Take a look at some of the other ones, small ones. 0.34, 7 kilometers down, 9:55 a.m. 0.84, 10 kilometers down from 6:19. We got a 0.7, that's brand new. That's already in the future. And that came in, well, it's not in the future, but it's the most recent one on here. 22:23 is the time on it. What was it? 4.5 kilometers down. There we go. Next one over, 0.89, 4.2 kilometers down, 5:42. Then we've got a 1.5 in magnitude, 4.7 kilometers down from 1836. Over here we got a 1.2, 5.1 kilometers down. Thanks for the 3-minute warning and 4-minute warning. and a 5-minute warning, and 10:51 a.m. For that guy. And we don't see anything in between here. Hecla is right there, and that is all good. But we do see a few quakes just around Katla. We got a 1.8 over here, 1.1 kilometers down from 1940. And then we got a 1.44, 1 kilometer down from 1349, a 1.32 surface quake at 135 meters down from 1348. And this 1.9 from 1.1 kilometers down, and that was at 1959. Let's zoom out and see what else we've got going up here. We don't see anything at Grimsvatn. We do have 2 over here at Bardabunga, 0.57, 5.2 kilometers, sorry, 2.5 kilometers down, 9:25 a.m. And the other one is a 9:27, a 0.03, very small, 3.1 kilometers down for him. And sliding up a little bit more, we don't see anything at Astia. So Astia doesn't have a darn thing. And Herdebreit over here has a little one, 0.4, 12 kilometers down, or 12.3 kilometers, 16:33 a.m. for that one. And let's see, what else we got? A 0.5. 5.2 kilometers down at 22:07. It is a break time. So what we'll do is we'll catch these ones after the break, you guys. I'll put you back on some lovely lava, and we'll go from there. So, only a few quakes left there anyway. We'll do that after the break. So those good people who are here, please don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Also, if you're new and you haven't not yet subscribed and you like what you're hearing, by all means, give the subscribe button a quick bump, as well as the don't forget to hit that bell notification while you're there so you don't miss any of the streams. On that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where it's going to snow tonight. I'll be back in 5, 6, or 7 minutes, and play nice in the lava. All right? Thanks. I'll be back. And there we go. I've got that microphone back on, and hopefully I've got everything working here. Holy mackerel, this is tough to do a speedy editing. Sometimes it is hard. Anyway, I'm still working on editing. Don't worry about that. We'll get things worked out here. Just hang in there. Welcome or welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you all on board. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and yeah, we're up to something. It's shenanigans time, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, I think we've got that all pretty much set, so let's see what we can do. And Mona, are you here? I hope you're here. Mona Alfano. We want to do this. Let's see if we can do this. Mona, where are you? Mona. I hope you're there. Anyway, whoop, gotta fix things up here. So there, happy birthday, Mona Alfano, and hopefully you are having a wonderful day today. And we wish you very, very many more. So hopefully that is all working and all good. So hey, hi Amelia, good to have you on board. And Mona disappeared on us. Sharon Sturt says, I hear you. And thanks for the welcome backs, you guys, by the way. I appreciate that. I was busy doing some editing here, and I appreciate that though, Kevin, and I hear you, Sharon Stewart. I was flipping burgers for late lunch, and thanks Sue and Philomena and Hermione and Fluffy and Sasha. Appreciate that. Mona, happy birthday to you, Mona Alfano, and hopefully you're there. And I hope you like that cake I baked real quick. And where'd she go? It's like she took off on us or something. I hope you're all right, Mona. It's a party cake. Yep, love the roses on there. Took a little while to get all those roses on. Those flowers are hard to do. I just hope Mona is here to enjoy it. If she isn't, we'll do this. We'll play it again once she comes back. So only takes a minute or two, and that's all good. Anyway, I hope you seen that, Mona. And if you didn't, we will do it again for you. Beautiful. I miss you. Calling? You missed your calling, Doc? Thanks. Actually, Linda, to be honest with you, it was funny. I did work in a bakery when I was young. I needed a job, and basically the only skills I had were from cooking in a restaurant as a fast food kind of thing. We're helping out my mother, and of course we had a cafe when I was young. My parents owned it, right? So you kind of got used to flipping burgers and things. And the thing was with it, I went and applied at this bakery, and when I was in Sparwood, BC, and the guy there, Jerry, he hired me, and of course I wasn't there that long because I was still living at home with the parents, and we ended up moving, and of course I moved with them and stuff. But I did learn a lot because it was just basically a two-man bakery, just the baker and the apprentice, me. And in the 8 months I was there, I learned quite a bit. There was a lot to learn. And he was actually amazed at how well I did with some of the stuff. So it was pretty cool. Anyway, Mona Alfano, if you're not here, that's okay. We will save this, and I'll put the cake back in the fridge, and we'll relight the candles after if we need to. But let's carry on with going back to Iceland, and we'll finish off our stuff there real quick if we can. And let's go and do those the rest of those quakes that we had up in the top here, and let's grab those. 1339, we had a 1.1, 5.2 kilometers down over there, and a 0.54, 8.5 kilometers down, 7:25 a.m. Then we go along kind of a whole row here. We've got from 6:02 a.m. a magnitude 0.68 at 10 kilometers down, and then 0.62, 10 kilometers down from 9:09, and from 8:58 a.m. a 0.92, 9.7 kilometers down, then a small 0.59, 8.3 kilometers down, 2:30 in the morning, and then we had a newer one here at 18:58, 0.9, 1.1 kilometers down, and a very small 0.38, 10 kilometers down from 10:34, and I don't know, did we get that 0.5 there? I think we did. 5.2 kilometers down, 22:07 was the time on him, and this is the one at Herdebreit at 0.4, 12.3 kilometers down from 16:33. So that is the immensity of our quakes, and we don't have that many, so I don't know if anyone wants to worry about it, but I'm hoping that we're going to see more activity in the future. Of course, I just turned on that red line there that gives you the plate boundary going through Iceland. Gives you a pretty good idea. I still don't know why it's shaped the way it is, though. You know, you'd think if it comes in here, if we zoom out a little bit, if it comes in here, why wouldn't it go out right there, right? Nice and straight, but no, it jogs over, it goes like that, and then zigzags back. But hey, it's the planet. It's the way it is. Anyway, that is what we've got going on. So all cool. Let's get to our next scene, and we will do that. Oh, I got that on the wrong picture to start. And there is, we are on the island of São Jorge, or São Jorge, and there we go. There's the wonderful village and the harbor that we always show, and of course you can see the Pico Island there. And during the daytime, this is, oh, and that's not how it looks like. This is what it looks like, and that is a Pico Island with a Pico volcano over there on the other side. And Fayal Island is a little further up, and I can't really see it because it's kind of hazy. I want to get a better shot for that, but that's okay. The next one here, of course, is that cove we're about to look at, and you can see what it looks like there, the way the cove is shaped, and that is all good. But let's take a look back at this, and we'll flip over to the cove picture, and then we'll see if there was anything happening. What we look for in the cove, of course, is to see how much white water we see down there, and not a heck of a lot tonight, just a little bit of splashing on the beach, so fairly calm. We did make it in for before the cart or carriage turned into a pumpkin here at 12 midnight their time. All good. Let's take a look and see what we've got for quakes. I wasn't on this one yet, so it's going to take a little bit to reload. And we do have one new quake there. It's actually fairly sizable, 2.5 from 1309. The townsfolk would have felt that one. And that, of course, is, let's zoom in here, get a better idea of where it actually is. There's the harbor. And so it would have been just pretty much straight behind that camera by about a kilometer or two. So definitely there. Sorry, my DTR called. Mona, I hope you seen the screen anyway, and we did have that for you on there. If you didn't, I mean, we can throw that back on for you. Let's take a look and see what the other map has. I don't think I need to refresh it. That is fresh enough, and we'll make that a little bit bigger. And there you can see the island of St. George, Pico Island, Fayal Island, and there's that quake 12 hours ago, 2.6 of course. How deep was that one? 8 kilometers deep, down underneath 5 miles. So that kind of gives you an idea of where it was. And of course you can see the red line here. That is the East Azores fault. Goes through Terceira Island and then San Miguel over here. And we do have a couple more quakes, a 2.1 surface quake from 8:09 a.m. their time. And then we have one here, another surface quake, a 2.3 from 11:07. So that gives you a pretty good idea of what we've got going on in the Azores. And that is not really all anything too bad. Just so you get an idea of where you're at. The Azores are right there. So you've got Portugal and Spain and France and Ireland and England. And then over here you've got Newfoundland and Sue waving at everybody. And right there, and that is all good. And there's Iceland, of course. And that is all good. And the new continent is going to be right in here. And it's going to be about... actually, it's going to be pretty close to the Azores by the time the bottom end gets done. So we'll have the skiing mountains in the top end, and then down here we'll have the palm trees and stuff like that. So it's almost going to have a similar climate to the Canary Islands, maybe a little drier than what we've got in the Azores. So, and that'll be pretty cool. So if you want to sign up for your new lots, we're going to start selling 100-acre plots as soon as we get a little bit more shaking going there. Anyway, that is it. A little bit of humor, guys. I gotta have that. We see Mona's back. Mona, I missed what you said there. Did you see? I don't think you've seen it. Okay, we'll do that again. Here. There's your screen, Mona. There's your cake and your candles. You need to blow them out. I'm not going to let it play the whole song again, but we did have the happy birthday song doing that. Sue Hayes says, new town of Foxville. Yeah, that's in the state of Foxville. Or the state of, yeah, it'll be the state of Fox. Fox State? Yeah. Something like that. Mona, did you take off again on us? I hope you didn't. But there's your happy birthday, Mona. And I think she took off again. She's got another phone call. It's her birthday, so she's getting phone calls. Quick, somebody else call her. Mona, where'd you go? Oh boy, she was too excited for that birthday call. Anyway, let's carry on with the stream. We got places to go and people to see and things to do. So Foxville is a state of a state of Foxborough. Ah, there we go. And yeah, that'll be awesome. Let's see, where are we going next? How about we go to Popocatépetl next? We can have a look at that, and then we can have a look at our other friends there and see what we've got going on. Okay, yep, let's go over there real quick. And there is a Popocatépetl, and Popocatépetl is nice. And we've got commercials, a green slime monster and Bounty getting them. Never fails, never fails. So let's skip that ad and get the angry guy off of there. Let's just take a quick scoop back. I don't think there was anything too huge coming out of here. Some small puffs that we seen earlier, like this one from 1728, and that's okay. I don't think it did go pretty much straight up, so they didn't have that much wind there today, which is really nice. If we go back a little bit more, some general off-gassing from the volcano, but nothing really super nasty. Christine Mott, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. And Kathy is here. Aloha, Kathy, and good to see you. This is from 1334. You've seen a little bit of a plume, nothing special. We'll continue on here looking for more stuff. And I don't know if we really had anything super coming out of this thing. There would have been a little bit of a plume here. This was when it was still windy this morning. And you can see that coming out. That's 8:15 a.m. And that's kind of what it was doing. And that looks all right. So nothing really wild. We'll get into our golden time. Thank you for the 3-minute warning. This is right early this morning at 7:02 a.m. when the sun had just risen, and going back to about 6:35 a.m. nothing else showing. So some light activity there. And popping over to Fuego, and Fuego is furious, and you can see what it's doing right there, right now. That is live. Let's see if we go back just a little bit, and I want to see the start of that. See if there, look at that, a nice, let's back that up, just let it start all the way through. So yeah, lots of lava bombs again flying out. Pretty awesome to see that, and neat. And of course it delivers that all the time. And I did have the time lapse I made from early this morning, so we're going to show that right now. These are some bigger blasts though, and you can see the amount of lava. This is moving at about ×8 regular speed, so it is a little bit of a time lapse. It gives you a pretty good idea of what's going on there. We did that this morning, and this is from just after 2 a.m. And this first eruption actually had a secondary blast just right after the first one, within about a minute. So lots more lava coming, and I thought that was pretty nice. We'll see. And of course Mona, we're going to do you a favor and show it a third time, okay? But you got to promise not to take off again, okay? We showed it twice already after you said you had a phone call, so don't take off. After this video, I'm going to show you the your cake again. No, don't tell her to rewind, Bob. We'll show her the cake. Okay, we'll give her that. We did have the music going and everything, and everybody was dancing on the tables and stuff. Anyway, this was the last blast out of that. We're going to get fat with all that cake. I know, it's okay. And anyway, that's just about it for this video. I didn't do a heck of a lot with it. Just a few big blasts to show you that this thing is still very active at night, doing its thing. That last one was pretty awesome. That's it for that one, so we'll put it back to live, and we won't worry too much about the other ones here. There were a bunch during the daytime, and you can see those pluming up, but that's it. Anyway, Mona, are you still here? There's your cake, Mona, and those roses don't have any thorns, I promise you. And you can blow out the candles whenever you are ready. I hope I didn't put too many on there. That would be too much. But happy birthday, Mona, and hope you have many, many more. And hopefully that put a smile on your face. And if you're by yourself celebrating, maybe not enough. Well, smoke detectors will be set off if we put too many. I do understand you're about 29, and I really didn't want to put 29 candles on there. So Anyway, we'll leave it as that. Mona, thank you and for being part of our wonderful group, and thank you for sharing your birthday with us. Yes, you're grinning from ear to ear. Excellent. That's what we love to hear. Anyway, it is time for me to go take a break. So those good folks who have not yet, yeah, thanks, Mona. Who have not yet hit that like button, please do consider hitting the like button. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel and you are sitting in the background in the Lurkers Lounge, by all means, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell notification. And on that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000. Gonna go take a break. And after the break, we will come back with some lovely bacon seeds. And, of course, a piggy sent those in to us. And if you don't know what bacon seeds are, you will find out. Anyway, we'll be back after the break. So thanks, everyone. Stick around. More to come. I'll be back. here we go. Microphone is back on. I'm trying to keep things on track here. Welcome back, everyone. And I know it's gone out of control completely. And nice to have What's That Funny Smell back. And of course, One Fish 26 saying welcome back. Thank you. And Cananaskis Country, thanks. And Sue and Kevin Haynes, appreciate that. And anyway, let's carry on with the show. It is a time. It's a time for bacon seeds. And thanks, Sasha. Before I forget, I was going to go on to volcanoes already, but I hear you, DrFox2000. It's the aquarium's birthday. Aquarian's birthday. Oh, okay. Isn't the Aquarians like horses? Not fishes. Okay. Anyway, that was the last bacon seed from yesterday. And of course, our wonderful Piggy has sent us a whole bunch more for today. And here's the first one. And that, I don't know. To me, that looks very, very suspicious. That little piggy looks like he's buried himself in a bunch of straw, sticking his head out, and he's playing peekaboo. So, help, he's stuck. Nah, he's playing peekaboo. Bacon in the haystack. Yeah, definitely hogwash material. We'll dust them off first because otherwise it's going to get pretty dirty with that water real quick. Anyway, next one is this little fella, and that is a very nice looking little bacon seed, and we like that. That is awesome. And let's see who else we got here. Next one on our list is this one. And this is a big brother protecting little brother, saying, "I'll guard while you sleep." And the little brother is sleeping, and a big brother is standing guard over top of him, and that's what's going on there. So, making bacon in the hay? No, I don't. I think this one here is guarding his little brother. These guys are way too young, and they are doing their thing. So painted the piggy. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, this one isn't painted though. Those guys are pink, and definitely watching over his little sibling there, guarding and hiding. So pretty cool. Let's get to our next bacon seed. And that is this guy. He's out and about doing his thing. And that one is sniffing the leaves. And he's having a good time there too. So all good. I wonder what he's sniffing there. I can't really tell. Looks like almost like milkweed or something. I have no idea. I'm not a plant guy, so I don't know. But yeah, that is the next one I will see, and that is this fella, and he's out romping around in the straw as well. So that is pretty awesome, and almost looks like I'm short a bacon seed here or two. Why? I'm going to take a look in my file here for a second. I do have one more loaded, but I thought I had another one or two there, but well, take a look. No, I guess not. We didn't have that many today. Only 7, I think, for a total. And here's our last bacon seed, spearmint leaves. Oh, okay, is that what they are? Fugitive pig seed. Yep. This guy looks like he's partially suntanning, and kind of a smirk on his face. And here's our last two for today, and these guys are rock climbing. They are looking for volcanic activity. They are our volcano hunters, and they're in search of lava. They're going to help me find the lava. And that is it for our wonderful bacon seeds for today. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's what we got. 6 today. Pardon me. And all good though. And thank you very much, Piggy, for sending us those fantastic bacon seeds. Really do appreciate that. They are awesome as usual. And that little pig there in the back, I think both of them need a little bit more fattening up. But I guess if they're mountain climbers, they're pretty fit. So that's all cool. And for those who need to know, we have an incoming bunny. And that is always nice as well. Okay, let's carry on with, thanks Piggy for the bacon seeds. Let's carry on with our next volcano. And one that we didn't kind of look at, we forgot to take a look at our one in Masaya, Nicaragua. So we'll have a quick peek at that one before we go elsewhere. And that is a Masaya. This was from 1325 this afternoon. Very smoky in there. Let's refresh and see. Yep, you can see the lava down in the bottom of the pit. The dungeon. You don't want to fall in there, you guys. And that is a no-win situation if you fall into that hole and land in that lava down on the bottom. So that is it for there. We'll take a look at our next one coming up, and of course that will be Merapi. And let's see if Merapi will make us happy. And let's go over there and take a look. Let's fix that. We're not on Merapi. There's Merapi, and that is Merapi. And it is 8:20 in the morning. We can see some smoke coming off the top of it. And we do see that they had a little bit of activity seismically here not too long ago. Let's see if that generated any bacon. Of course, that was a little bit more color to it earlier. There we go. And we can probably do the close-up on it. There we go. That looks better. 8:09 a.m. Nothing too severe. And going back, it looks kind of jungly from what I see. And of course, at 7:36, we had horrible clouds in there. And of course, it is the rainy season, so to be expected. And as we go back in time, 6:08, see a pretty heavy lenticular cloud wrapped around it. It's wrapped around Merapi. Around Merapi. And so pretty cool. And if we go back a little bit more, we see the start of that. But if we go back, and I'm trying to find the right spot here where our lovely goodness started. And that might have been right around here. Let's see if we can get on that. So 2:30 this morning, and that is what we had going on. Some bacon coming down the side of a Merapi, and you should be able to see some extra stuff coming on this side here in a second. We do have some hot lava sitting over on this side. It's not moving very quickly, but I think it was coming out of here, though on that side. If I get that mouse out of the way. Of course, you've seen the lightning that just happened there. Scary stuff. I'm going to advance that a little bit. I know, there it is. I was back a little bit. We can see the sparking and lighting up a little bit, and that bacon coming down the side of the mountain. So pretty awesome. Why is it a black and a white? Because it's 2:31 in the morning, and there is no moonlight out, and it's very dark. Otherwise, 2:31 in the morning, you can't see much there, Kathy. Very dark out. So that's why they have it in black and white. Unfortunately, I wish it was color, but it's too dark to see at night. You know, we don't have night vision. Well, this is night vision. This is their version of it. Hopefully that explains it, Kathy. Otherwise, yeah, it's unfortunate it's black and white, but we wish it was color. And anyway, we did have another a better flow earlier, and we want to show that one. If we can get on that here, and let's see if we can. There should be right around here where it started at 151, and we see the glow on the left-hand side there. It got fairly big, and you're welcome, Kathy. Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. And there we go. And I learned what mahalo was when I was in Hawaii. I didn't realize it meant thank you and you're welcome as well. So that's important to know if anyone ever goes over there. And there you go. So you wanted to know how to say you're welcome. It's mahalo. Marshmallow. No, not marshmallow. Mahalo. Although marshmallows are good too. I don't mind that. So yeah, a little bit of extra bacon coming down the side of the hill, and we did like watching that. So that is pretty cool. And I don't think I checked back any further. I don't think there was anything really major going on there. It just lit up a couple of times. Oh, maybe there was. Let's check this one out. Right around here, yeah, at 108. I missed this one from earlier. That is a pretty good bacon slide here, and lots of smoke and lit up fairly well. So little extra bacon, and yeah, it did look pretty good. With a chocolate. Hey, a Brian Rock Rail fan, welcome. I'm glad to have you on board. And yeah, a little extra bacon there. I didn't realize that was there. And so that was the basic sustained activity that we've seen during the night. And well, I missed this one. I got the other ones though. And it's always nice to be able to go back and actually see that. So that's pretty cool, pretty awesome. And Thor is here, and good morning, Doctor, or good morning, Fox and a chat. Glad to have you on board, Thor. Are you back in Denmark, Thor? Hopefully you are. And hope all is well. And anyway, that is what we had there at our wonderful Merapi. So a little bit of bacon and extra flow, and just after that first one I just advanced it about 15 seconds. You can see it's got a little bit more dribbling down the side of the mountain. Yep, I'm home, he says. Okay, sounds good, Thor. And hope your trip was uneventful as far as getting through everywhere and all that. I don't know. Is Turkey part of the EU? I don't know if they are or not technically. So I don't know if you had to do any passport stuff and all that stuff going through. Probably getting into Turkey, likely, eh? But anyway, let's leave it as that, and that's our wonderful Merapi. So we'll go back to the other screen. And there you can see it from the other angle here. Wasn't too wild, but you do see on the chart there, that's when the quakes were happening. And Turkey are NATO. Turkey, okay. Yeah, I know they got NATO bases and stuff there, so it's all good. Okay, let's go over to our next volcano. I'm going to put this one back on live, and we'll reduce the size so we save horsepower. The next one, of course, is our wonderful, yeah, Temperature 16.7. Our wonderful Ruapehu in New Zealand. And you see those clouds all over top of everything there. And I don't think we were able to see Ruapehu at all. Various levels of cloud and rain and the like. So we will leave that one be. And that was the way most of that morning was. And I don't think we're going to see anything from it. And let's go over to our next page here. And of course, this is the tremor chart and activity, seismic activity for Taupo or Taupur, depending on how you want to see it. There's that big quake that we had in the Cook Strait, and that is the 6.2 or 6.3 on the New Zealand scale, or a 5.7 on the USGS scale. Anyway, we do see most of the activity did subside. We did have a couple little tremors in there for today, but nothing super wild. Okay, Thor. Okay, it was what it looked like here, same as Ruapehu. Okay, yep, those storm clouds still hanging around. Anyway, that's what we've got there. Nothing too super. Let's go over and take a quick peek here. And this is Taupur right now, Taupo. And of course, you can see the lake. The lake, of course, is the caldera for Taupo, a volcano. And this shot is a courtesy of the Suncourt Hotel and Conference Center there in Taupo. And that's a kind of a nice view. We do see that it's very cloudy over there. That is Ruapehu in the background. So the angle we're looking from for that camera is up that way, and we can't see it that well from that point. So there's a bunch of cloud over there, unfortunately. But hey, it is what it is. I hope this is what it is like at your house now, Amelia. Hopefully it'll break up a little bit and you get some little bits of sunshine in there. That would be good. They are not in the EU. It took about 2 hours to get across the border going home. Else all went well. Oh wow, and that's a pretty long time to get through the border. But okay, no worries, Thor. All cool. You did make it home though, so that's good. Okay, let's leave that be. I'm going to reduce that in size. We'll get over to our next volcano. We will have a look at Semeru after the break. And I am going to go take a break. I want to make sure I get that on there, that bigger. And then we will, I want to check real quick before I go here though. Yeah, Madam Rutsa is not streaming right now, so we won't have a look at Taal, but we will definitely come back and take a look at our wonderful Semeru after the break. I'm going to put you back over to Hawaii for now, and that is what we've got. So enjoy that. For those good people who are here, if you have not yet hit that like button, please do consider hitting the like. That would really be awesome. We are trying to get over that 100 mark before the end of the show. That really does help out with the YouTube analytics. Also, if you are new or sitting on the sidelines and you have not yet subscribed, do consider subscribing if you feel we've earned it. And on that friendly note, don't forget to hit that bell notification. That way you don't miss the streams. On that little side note, we will go have the break. Don't go away. Play nice in the lava. I'll be back in 5 or 6 or 7 minutes. And more show to come after. Thanks. go. Microphone is back on. Welcome and welcome back, everyone. Glad to have you all on board. And thanks for sticking around. Looks like we are live from Kilauea there at Halemaumau crater. And of course, that is looking pretty smoky right now. They did have a bunch of rain in the area, so a lot of that is steam, and that is what we're seeing. And thank you for the welcome backs from Kevin Haynes and Kevin and Sue and Thor, and I hear you, DrFox2000 from Sharon Stewart, and let's see, Robert, what a smoke. Smoke! Thanks, Amona and Kananaskis Country. Yeah, there ain't no smoke in there. That's steam. Smoke, steam, whatever's coming out. Yeah, that's called fog. Fog. It's fog. Volcanic fog. So, yeah. I don't know what to call it. I just call it fog. That way it sums it all up. It's a little bit of everything, a mixed, so all good. Anyway, we were going to look at Samaru. Oh, jury duty. If you want to get out of jury duty when they interview you, just say, well, I think they're guilty because obviously they got caught. And you'd be surprised how quickly they remove you from jury duty. Just say that, and that's innocent. You know, I think they're guilty because they got caught, and that's usually enough to get you out of it. At least it was for me, twice. So, it works. Oh, did I say that out loud? I wasn't supposed to say that. Sorry, guys. I think that'd be okay. Okay, let's get back to Samaru, and we'll see what we've got there. Sometimes that can work. There you go, Mona. Yeah, I mean, that's better than I heard one guy went in there and he said, hang 'em all, hang 'em all. And they didn't even ask him anything. They just said, have a nice day, sir. And they sent him home. He got out of it real quick. So, let's get back over to where we need to be. And you know, like, in all seriousness, though, if you do have to do a jury duty, be kind, weigh out the evidence as presented. Yeah, the defense might want people like that. Yeah, sometimes. But, you know, the defense is not the only one that has to do the selection there. Okay, it's got due process involved. It's a more irrational. You sound, the more likely they will shoo you out the door. Yeah. Well, like I say, the one fella there that when he said hang 'em all, hang 'em all, they let him go real quick. Anyway, let's carry on. Let's do this. Okay, so we had a little bit of activity from our wonderful friend Samaru. We did have some clouds earlier that created some issues for us with visibility and of course focus, and they were out of focus for a good period of time. It did try to get a lenticular cloud building up around it. I did capture this from earlier. I did post it, and some people did view the video. So real quick, a look at what I did capture from late yesterday. I like the two eyes there and the smile, and that smile turns into a frown, unfortunately. But that is kind of what we were seeing, and this isn't too long of a video. It was a couple minutes, I think. Yeah, 2 minutes 11 seconds. So it gives you a little bit of an idea of what it was like. You know, pretty awesome to see. some of that lava coming down, and of course those clouds were doing their best to try to get in the way. There's another little pop, and nothing super big coming out of this, but you know, this is just generalized activity that was going on there at Semeru this last night. Yeah, it's crying, and I noticed that. It was an unhappy face. It doesn't like all that rain and stuff. It wants clean, sunny weather, and it's crying tears of lava. And that is what we had there. So, yeah, and it looked pretty neat though. And again, I didn't have this sped up super fast, so it's so we can watch it a little bit better and not miss too much. But there is some decent bacon coming down every once in a while, and I thought it was kind of nice to share that and see it. There was a bigger blast, yeah, and some of the blasts though don't really have that much lava coming with them, so it's kind of weird to see that. You know, some of the small ones have more lava involved than the bigger booms, and there you see some of that dripping down. There's that smile we all love, and that is the Semeru smile, and I gotta love it. So let's leave Semeru be. It is like that. It did have, like I said, it was kind of out of focus quite a bit. There's a couple spots here where it did pop, and the focus was really bad on that camera, and you know, I couldn't rationalize doing anything with it. You can see there's a plume there, but there's no way I can do anything with that. It's just too out of focus, unfortunately, and that happens when, especially in the early mornings, when you're switching from black and white to a color, or from, of course, night to a daytime. Things need to refocus, and that didn't happen. So that is what we got. My road is cut off. Only a way in and out, alternative route across farmland. Hopefully this evening we will. I've got a feed. They're the best at the moment. Okay, safest. Well, I hope you stay safe, Amelia, and hopefully you'll be able to get in and out, and hopefully you've got enough supplies and stuff there that you don't need to panic, that you can do your thing without having to trek in and out too much. So hopefully that'll be a safe ta-ta for now. Okay, Amelia, you take care of you, and be good, okay, and stay safe, and all that stuff. All right, so yeah, there's not much more we can talk about with Semeru. It is what it is. I'm putting it back on live. It looks like they switched back to a black and white here at 8:47 a.m. and that's because of the amount of cloud in there. It is refocused, but it's just really cloudy, and of course it is rainy season. We already did check to see if Madam Rutsa was up, and it was not. I'm going to double check just real quick, refresh on her channel. No, she's not got all Volcano not live. We did want to look at this though, and this of course is our wonderful shot at, let's make that a little bigger, Kerinci volcano, Sumatra, Indonesia. Explosive activity continues, and you can see that happening there. So explosive eruption at the volcano continues. An eruption at the volcano occurred at 12:07 local time today, generating a brown to a reddish ash plume, which reached approximately 13,000 feet or 4,005 meters in altitude, and drifted east-northeast. The color of the plume was brown to reddish, and described as earthy, and this could mean that some of the ejected material might have been from older lava rock in the summit craters or inside the vents. So that's kind of what they had written down there. And that's what we've got. Just a quick peek at that, a little bit bigger. There you can see that. And that is what they were seeing. So that is actually on the 15th, yesterday their time. And pretty cool though. Here's some other shots of interesting stuff. Again, some of these craters, they don't tell us which volcano they are. I'm going to guess though, this one looks like possibly, this could possibly be a filled up version of Masaya. I'm unsure though, from a different angle than the regular camera. But you never know, and it doesn't say when that was from. This is another one. Where's it say? Crater. No, again, it doesn't tell me what volcano this is. Darn it. You know, it's German, but it doesn't say anything where it is. Yeah, it tells me November 25th. But it doesn't tell me what crater or what year. But that is pretty awesome looking. Anyway, that's back to this one. Now, I did want to kind of show something else here. I've touched on this before and kind of mentioned Ijen volcano in East Java has that lovely blue sulfur when it burns, and it's kind of a blue, and of course with the red. Some of these photos are really awesome, and we'll show some of those just to give you an idea of what they are like. And of course these, you can look at these yourself. They're from volcanodiscovery.com. And this one is blue flame and red sparks are visible. Andy Rosadi is the photographer on this one. That is an awesome shot, and very high in sulfur content. That's why it is burning blue, and then as soon as the oxygen gets in there, we see it changing color to the yellows and reds. And that is kind of what's happening with that. This, the shape of a strange fiery demon is what they are saying about this one. And that is pretty wild as well. And let's see what else we got. This one here, blue flame breathing. Breathing was only possible with a good gas mask, and staying near the burning sulfur was only possible for a very short time. So in other words, you are not in a good place if you want to take pictures like this, just so you know. How can you copy that image? You can try to Grandma B, go to Volcano Discovery. Here, actually, I'll drop the link in the chat, and you can go there. And I don't know if you can do screenshots and then crop them, but this is the link to it. I dropped it in the chat. You can take a look there. They do have those images there. Here's another one. This one is blue and red flames at Ijen volcano. Very awesome and very cool looking lava, and pretty neat. So yeah, copy, paste, and crop is if you want to get rid of the other stuff. They do have a fair amount of these photos there, so you are welcome to go do things. There are what? there were lasers from a China satellite today in Hawaii. Tell me, Dr. Fox, I have no idea. Lasers from a Chinese satellite. I have no idea if that. I didn't hear anything about it. If that is the case, I don't know if the Chinese are trying to provoke World War III or what they're doing. But I think they're going to get on the nerves of just about the entire world, not just the United States. But that's my personal opinion. Anyway, looking at this one, again, you see a very, very blue flame there. And of course, that is because it is high in sulfur content. And this gets to another one here. Very, very awesome looking. But not a good place you want to go if you don't have a decent gas mask. And I would definitely stay away from that. That is pretty nasty. Who's that guy? Indiana Jones? Probably Mona. I didn't ask, and it didn't say anything in the caption. And Brian, Rock Rail fan, you take care, and we'll see you. And here's another shot. What does it say? Egen, the solidified sulfur is then broken into pieces for the miners and carried to the Cantor, okay, some 3 kilometers away. Yeah, they actually break up that lava, or not the lava, the sulfur, and reprocess it. And what they'll do is they'll remelt it, and then they do stuff with it, process it in different ways. But that's the Ijen volcano, Ijen Kawa volcano, and cratered by moonlight with fires burning. And photo was from George or Horte. There's a guy carrying that. There's one of the miners, and 50 to 75 kg of sulfur, and you see how yellow that sulfur is. And they remelt that stuff. Oh, there, they've got pictures of how they do that. They heat it up and remelt it, and then they spread it out. They filter it and spread it out and cool it off again, and let it solidify. So that is pretty wild. And there's the Kawa Ijen acid crater lake. You don't want to go in there for a swim. You won't last long. Thank you for the 3-minute warning, Tom. And there's another shot of that crater lake. Very acidic. And let's see, don't know where that is. Oh, no, that's the same crater lake. Notice the tree is not doing so well. It looks like it's been dead for a while. And let's see, this is something else. This is from Yasur, it says. So that's pretty awesome. Anyway, there's all kinds of photos there. You guys are more than welcome to go there. I did drop that link in there so you guys can take a look at it yourself. And of course, Ijen volcano is on the East Java end, and not too far away from Semeru. And you are welcome to go take a look there. If you ever go visit, make sure you have a really, really good gas mask. Otherwise, you're not going to come back. Wow, do it again to what? Do it again, do it again. Do what again? That's all cool. No, don't stop. I have to stop. It's a break time. So next volcano on our list is going to be over in Japan. So we will definitely go visit there. And we'll see what we've got going on at Sakurajima. And we do need to keep this stream to a limited time here. I'm trying not to have the longest streams in the world anymore. We want to try to limit them to approximately 3 hours at the most. So just so you know that. Anyway, I'm not trying to be rude when I say that either. to have a 4.5, 5 hour stream is just too much for me. I need to just be cutting back. The original stream was supposed to be 2 hours in length, so all cool. Anyway, we will take a look at this guy when I come back from the break. For those good people who are here, please hit the like button if you haven't done so already. And if you're enjoying the show, of course. Also, if you're sitting on the sidelines in the Lurkers Lounge, having a look, and please do subscribe if you have not done that as of yet. And on that friendly note, I'm your host, DrFox2000 here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I'm going to go take a break for 5, 6, or 7 minutes, and we'll go do our thing. And then we'll get back at it. And so don't go away, more to come. Keep smiling, and we'll do what we need to. And I'll be back. Thanks. go. We're back, and I see Kevin Haynes is taking off. Good night, Kevin, and sleep well, all that nice stuff. And thank you for the welcome back from Sue. And I'm sure there's going to be a few more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, fox trot. Now swing, and thank you. I will make a car wrap, and those colors are, that's amazing. Okay, cool, Kathy. And thanks, Sasha. And I hear you, DrFox2000, from our wonderful Sharon Stewart. Thank you. And thanks, Kananaskis Country. 8-second delay plus 1 time zone. But you're earlier, so you should be getting it like an hour and 8 seconds. 59 minutes and 52 seconds earlier. Isn't that the way it works? Never mind. Let's go over to Japan. That's where we're supposed to be. And that is, that's not working for me, Doc. Okay, sorry. Right now, Suwanoshijima in Japan, where it is 11:13 on the 17th in the future. That is what we're seeing right now. And of course, it wasn't too bad of a picture there when we look at the volcano. It is steaming, quite a bit of off-gassing going on, and likely going to see some high SO2 levels in the area. If we go back a little bit at a time here, we can see that it didn't have anything too eruptive going on this morning. And there's 8:16 a.m. If we go back a little bit further, I'm just kind of checking to make sure we didn't miss any blasts coming out of there. We should see some birds around here somewhere. That's usually when they're up. Yeah, I guess we're missing the birds. 7:07 a.m. It's a nice day there, though, so maybe the birds already got up earlier. And, oh, there they are. There's our budgies. Whole flocks of them, and they're all over the place. And 6:46 a.m. Today. So a little bit earlier, they're getting up, and you know the old saying, the early bird gets the worm. Yeah, that's the way it works. Moving back a little bit further in time, of course we had a light in there, that doesn't help us any. But if we look at the crater, and the crater definitely has a glow to it. And that is indicating to us that there is a fresh magma sitting in there. Now, if only those lights would be gone, we'd be better off. There we go. We went further back. We don't see that because of the heavier plume, but you can see a little bit of a glow right in there at 4:32 a.m. If we go back a little bit further, you can see more of a glow. This is at 4 a.m. And even further back, I did notice more of a glow there at 3 a.m. So that is pretty cool. And it didn't really show any big blasts that I know of. I checked earlier and just didn't see anything. So that's kind of what we got. Anyway, that's 44 minutes after midnight. And prior to that, it was just fairly calm. There's a little bit of a puffing every once in a while, but nothing major. And there's your starlit night at 11:01 p.m. Their time on the 16th. And there you can see a little bit of glow again there at the crater. So pretty cool. If we go back to here, let's check. Ice cream boats are in. Go get your ice cream. Both boats are there right now. So you can get double whammy scoops and make it happen. And there you go. For those people who aren't familiar with the road system, you go down this road, down that road, at the lights down here, hang a left, and straight down to the dock. It's pretty easy. And if you happen to drop your ice cream, you'll find the hazmat team has an office over here, and they'll be able to get to you very quickly and fix up your spillage. And let's take a look. There's the close-up shot of the crater. I'm not going to go back too much on that. In the earlier morning hours, so it did kind of glow And Mona Alfano, thank you very kindly for that wonderful super chat. Thank you for celebrating my birthday. I appreciate all the well wishes. And Mona, you are very welcome, and thank you very kindly for that wonderful super chat. And thank you for letting us know that it was your birthday, and you know, we don't mind doing that for a person, and it is always a pleasure to, you know, have you on here, and of course, you know, I mean, you're part of our lava family, so we kind of have to look after you, okay? You know what I'm saying. And thank you, Mona. I appreciate that. That is an awesome super chat. Anyway, yeah, I need to keep going here. If we go back a little bit earlier, you do see that glow. This was like at 10 minutes after 3. It's very faint though, so not that heavy duty. We'll leave that on live. We'll go over to our next volcano. So that is, this is Sakurajima in Japan. Not too far away from Kagoshima, across the bay there, and looks awesome. And let's go take a look at this one real quick. And that is pretty cool. This is Suwanoshijima on its own little island. It continued to off gas and burp and erupt and do the things that it loves to do. And during the earlier morning hours, you can see all kinds of plumes coming out. So we know it was busy. And here we'll get to one where it was a little bit heavier for a change. And you can see, you know, so it is actually erupting, and that is a definite indicator it was the other caldera on the other side there, or the other vent, and definitely threw out quite a bit of ash. So that is a good eruption from Suwanoshijima. We don't typically see that. Usually it's at nighttime. This one happened to be at 6:16 in the morning here, or 6:10 or whatever when it started. So all awesome, and it kept on going for a while. I am advancing at 5 seconds at a time, just so you know, and that is quite a healthy burst slash eruption. Let's move it to 10 seconds forward at a time here, so we can expedite that a little bit. And it did keep going for a while and had a secondary blast just afterwards, so pretty cool. Prior to that, we did see some stars in the background, a little bit of off-gassing, nothing too major, and then there was a couple more little burps, and there's one of them there at 4:36 in the morning. And then I don't know if our weather conditions were good enough to see too well. Let's see if we go back a little bit more. Yeah, you can see there's another one here at 2 a.m.-ish, and it has been going fairly steady. So that's kind of what we see there. And let's put it back on live. So we know there is activity from Suwanoshijima, definitely doing its thing. I don't know, did Sue, did you send me a volcano report today? I don't think I got one, just so you know. If you did send it, I didn't get it. But anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, you did. I did not get it, Sue. I did get the one for Currency, which we looked at, and I did not get that report. So if you sent it, I'm not sure where the heck it is. It didn't end up, I know it wouldn't have ended up in my junk mail or anything like that. Nope, that's empty. So, nope, not there. More, no. I didn't, and I didn't delete anything today, so I'm pretty, oh, there it is. Just popped in. Okay, I see it there now. So, Next one though, we wanted to take a look here. We are seeing a continued steam coming from the other one, and that is from San, and ASO continuing to do its thing. So pretty cool, and we see what's happening there. And let's go rattle through. It was still sitting in my draft box. I just sent it. Okay. We'll try to do a real quick whole 11 volcanoes. Okay, and I'm trying to do this quick to shorten the stream, so this if they're too long, it's hard. Anyway, let's last night volcanic ash reported from Cotopaxi at 20,000 feet, 6,100 meters, 22:15 a.m. Shivelish erupted to 22,000 feet, which would be about 6,700 meters roughly. At 2100, Fuego volcanic ash emissions continue, 15,000 feet or 4,600 meters at 7:45. This is all from last night. And then, of course, Reventador, ongoing volcanic ash emissions, 15,000 feet, 4,600 meters. And 17:15 is the time on that. Suwanoshijima, what we just looked at, exploded to 6,000 feet or 1,800 meters at 15:30. And let's see, and then we've got multiple eruptions from Suwanoshijima, the ones we were looking at and just now for today. And it says 14:15 there was one to 7,000 feet, and then another at 7:15 a.m. and one right at midnight, and they are all 7,000 feet or 2,100 meters roughly. Fuego this morning, of course we already looked at some of that stuff. 15,000 feet, 4,600 meters at 13:55, and seen on the webcam, and emissions to 18,000 feet, 5,500 meters at 2:15 a.m. You would have seen those big blasts. That's what we had recorded. And then we also have Sabancaya to 21,000 feet with the emissions of 6,400 meters at 13:55, as well as 1:15 a.m. Carinci emissions to 13,000 feet, 4,000 meters at 12 o'clock, and of course we looked at that separate email already, and same at 2:45 a.m. Popocatépetl volcanic ash emissions to 20,000 feet, 6,100 meters at 11:30. That's for Popocatépetl, and volcanic ash has disappeared at 10 o'clock. Oh, okay. Cotopaxi went quiet. Sakurajima volcanic ash continuing observed to 8,000 feet, 2,400 meters, 6:15 a.m. and exploded at 7,000 meters or 7,000 feet, 2,100 meters at 15 minutes after midnight. Reventador volcanic ash emissions have disappeared at 4:30. And then Sangay, not seen by the satellite, at 1:15 a.m. Navedo del Ruz, volcanic ash reported to 20,000 feet, 6,100 meters at 1:15 a.m. And Korangatang from volcanic ash emissions to 8,000 feet, 24,000 meters. 2,400 meters, not 24,000. Holy mackerel, that'd be a tall plume. We don't want it that big. Anyway, 1:15 a.m. for that one. That's that report. So thank you, Sue, for sending that out of your draft box. That was a little bit late. Tom Dice saying good night. All stay safe. Okay, Tom, no worries. You be good. Take care of yourself. And we'll see you later. And let's go pop over here, take a quick look, and see. I gotta just do a little maintenance here to save some horsepower. make those other ones a little bit smaller, and that should be better. Okay, so I fixed that up. This, of course, is our wonderful Yellowstone National Park, and Yellowstone is quiet. I did watch the early morning stuff. Looked really steamy and foggy there. Ta-ta for now means, yeah, ta-ta for now. Is what TTF means. Ta-ta for now. Yeah, I was just saying that. What's ta-ta for now mean? Yeah, ta-ta for now. Bye, kind of thing. Anyway, that's what we were seeing. Let's pop over to our earthquakes. I'm not going to go through all of them. We do want to try to keep the show a little bit shorter. We do see more activity, 3.1 up in Alaska from 1847, 129 kilometers down. What the heck is that? We had something weird there. Don't see anything large along the North American coast, and we do see one here by Mexico, 4.1 from 22, that's yesterday's actually, 22:38, 15 kilometers down. We do have this guy off the coast of Guatemala, 5.1, sizable, and that was 5:02 a.m., 10 kilometers down. We do have one here in Argentina, 4.5, and that happened at yesterday at 20:05, and that's 256 kilometers down. We don't see anything on this map showing any new ones there in New Zealand. We do have a few here. Kermadec Ridge, 4.8, 13:56 is the time on that, 10 kilometers down. Another 4.6 from yesterday at 21:51, and that's 35 kilometers down. Then we have Fiji area, and that's more Tonga, but whatever. 4.9. Yesterday's 20:41, 83.1 kilometers down, and a 4.8 from today at 10:56, 203.8 kilometers down. And this guy out here, and that would be from 4.5 in magnitude. Yesterday's 23:30, 530 kilometers down. And this guy here, northern end of Vanuatu, 5.6 from yesterday at 22:37. 36 kilometers down. And where else do we see a quake? Right there, Indonesia, 4.9, 16:16 was the time on it, and 335 kilometers down. And 5.0 Philippines, 3:33 a.m. and 52.4 kilometers down. Taiwan got a 4.7 from 1822, 16:08 was the time on it. Then a bigger one here in Ryukyu Islands, or whatever they call it, and that was from 1846, fairly new, 17 kilometers down for it. Don't see anything else in the Kamchatka Peninsula area. We do see a 4.6 here, 4.3 in Bangladesh from yesterday at 20:56. Afghanistan 4.7 from 11:17, 57 kilometers down. Larger one down here in Turkey, 5.2 from 12:47, 10 kilometers down. And there's a whole bunch of the little ones. I'm not going to go through all of them. Did notice this guy here, 4.8 in Croatia, which is not usual. And that is from 2:47 a.m. at 10 kilometers down. We do have this on the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, a 5.1 from 1911, 10 kilometers down. And then we had this one here as well, 5.3, a little further south, 8:55 a.m. It is break time for me, you guys. So what we'll do is after the break, we'll come back real quick and just take a look at the few earthquakes there in Hawaii, nothing major there. And then we will go take a look at the SO2 map real quick, and then we'll do our weather really quickly. And we'll do that. Lizoid says, I forgot. You forgot. Oh no. Anyway, that's it for right now. I'm going to go take that break. Don't go away, you guys. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. If you have not yet hit that like button, help us out. We're still trying to get over that 100 mark. That's when YouTube analytics really take over and really help us out. Also, if you have not yet subscribed, consider subscribing if you are enjoying the show. On that note, I'll be back in 5 or 6 or 7 minutes. Don't go away. Thanks. go. Got that microphone back on. Welcome or welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, DrFox2000, and you're watching a VolcanoX live stream. We were looking at our wonderful earthquakes, and we want to get at Hawaii here in a second. And thank you for the welcome backs from Mona Alfano in Kananaskis country. And I hear you, Dr. Fox 2000 from Sharon Stewart. And also thank you for the welcome back from Sue Hayes. And let's see, did we miss anyone else? And what, I almost tripped on a fox and hamster. Wow, and that was fast. Alex France is here. Welcome, Alex. How come you got all that snow there, Alex? Did you have to shovel any of that? Oop, I'm late a show tonight. Sorry. Well, you're still here to be able to hit that thumbs up. That's all cool. Anyway, let's get at the earthquakes there in Pahala area in Hawaii. And not too many going on. 2.1 yesterday, 2314 from 34.2 kilometers down. The next one here, 1.9. And of course, everything in Pahala area is usually between 26 and 37 kilometers, so I won't mention the depth. This one is from 2048 yesterday and 1.9. This one is a 2.1 from 1543 this afternoon, their time. This one over here, 1.9 from 1202. This guy here is a 2.2 from 8:11 a.m. This newer one is a 2.0 from 1907. And then this one here, 2.4, bigger one from 1238. And one more new one there, 2.6 from 1928. And that is what we've got around Pahala. We do see this guy here suspicious to see a 0.8 over here, and that is from yesterday at 23:10, and that's only 2.9 kilometers down. I'm wondering if that might be a pipe for the lava to come out of. We'll see what happens in the future. And then we see another quake over here, 2.2 from 22:26 yesterday. 5.6 kilometers down. We don't see any other quakes that are new, so we'll leave our quake map and we'll leave that be. I'm not going to worry too much about what's going on there in our wonderful Azores, or sorry, not Azores, Canary Islands, other than this one here, and that is a 1.9, 6 kilometers down. 10:13 was the time on La Palma. We did have that bigger one though. I do want to take a look and see when that was from 3:32 a.m. 3.1 out there, and that is interesting. I did watch a video there from Geology Hub about this little volcano that's in the middle of the water here that had that swarm of earthquakes, so that was pretty cool. I also did watch the video for 2 pineapples, and that would be pretty interesting. I had interesting activities in the local news. What kind of activities? And did something happen? Anyway, let's MBL article saying eruption could happen soon. These article says no indication of an eruption anytime soon. Wow. That's pretty normal. And but where would the eruption happen, Alex? That is the question. If there is one, where would it happen? That's the whole thing. They downgraded Astia from yellow to a green again, so where do you think we're going to see Reykjans? They are on about. Oh, okay. Well, I'd love to see something happen, and I'd like to see another event pop open there in near Siggy or Ragnar. That would really be cool, and I'd love to have that happen, and that would make my day, or week, or months, or whatever it takes. it'd be good all the way around. I think for all of us, we need another volcano. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Yeah, some new scientific equipment headed to Astra, so maybe get a new info next week. Okay, cool. Thank you. Anyway, not going to spend too much time on our SO2 map today. We can see it's not much coming from Hawaii. It looks a lot clearer out in the Pacific in most places. Not as much coming off of the Kamchatka Peninsula. We do see both Canada and the US starting to lighten up a whole bunch. The Northwest is really looking good in the US. And we do have not so much there in Ontario and Quebec and those places. A little heavier still around the Great Lakes, so, and I think that's due to people population, people pollution happening, and that is kind of moving out over top of the northeastern states as well as the eastern provinces, so Nova Scotia and New Brunswick, PEI, and portions of Newfoundland getting it, but not so much out here on the Avalon Peninsula, right, Sue? Anyway, Mexico, not bad. Looks a little easier, and we do see it still heading out into the Gulf of Mexico, though. Some stuff going out here into the Pacific from our Central America, and looks like it eased up a little bit there in Colombia from Nevado del Ruiz, but we are still seeing SO2, so they're still working, still active. We do see some of this from Chile, and not too bad. Most of it is heading inland and coming over top of Argentina, and that's kind of it. Did want to emphasize here, we're not seeing anything new popping out of the ocean, so I think we are safe for right now. Still seeing quite a bit of SO2 down in Antarctica. That still has not dissipated. Give it a little time. We're going to get some more snowstorms, and that'll lock it back up into the ice. And there we've got for White Isle Volcano, New Zealand. They're doing their thing, a little heavier, but not bad for a Melbourne area. Same thing for Sydney. Tofua still doing its thing. Vanuatu not as bad as it was before. And then we've got Papua New Guinea. It's all right. Luluatak still working away. Looks a little heavier in the island of Java. A little easier in Sumatra. Nevado, no, hang on, what's here? Ibu and Dakota doing their thing. And of course, in the Philippines, we're still seeing the people pollution as well as Taal. Not so much from Mayon and Bulacan there. And China and Taiwan still doing their thing. Japan, the wind is blowing pretty hard, so hard to see what Suwanoshijima is doing. And the same thing goes for what's happening there at Sakurajima and Aso. And they are definitely adding to the plumes, though. Up here, we see fairly heavy, looks like Karimsky, and a couple of the other ones here, maybe Klyashevsky Goy. Klyashevskoy there, something like that in here. I hope I got that right. India, not bad. Looking at South Africa is pretty normal there, and the DR Congo area. Very little coming from Ertael. We do still see our oil refineries in Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and of course Iraq and Iran doing their thing. And looks like it's pretty windy there, and the stuff coming off of Etna getting blown into the Mediterranean. Still probably getting some help from our other friend there, Stromboli, as well as Volcano. Not seeing too much in Spain or France, portions of Germany, a little heavier in Poland, No SO2 to speak of in Great Britain area, Ireland, and those areas, and not a heck of a lot in Sweden or our wonderful Norway, but looks like Finland is pretty heavy from some of this stuff streaming over. I wonder if they've got something going on here in central Russia, and hard to tell. Anyway, that's our stuff there for our wonderful SO2 map. Let's get a fresh map for our weather. And again, I want to keep this as quick as I can here. Still cold up in the Alaska, Yukon, Northwest Territories, and none of it. And we see the cold belt. So it is definitely warmer in Alberta and the most of Saskatchewan. Once we get into Manitoba, starts to cool down, and we do see that northern Ontario and northern Quebec and all the way into Labrador getting some cold temps. Quick peek, Vancouver coming in at about anywhere from 1 to 3. Bob's place there about 1 or 0, somewhere thereabouts. My place is sitting at about 0 right now. And of course we have swift current coming in at about -4 Celsius for there. Winnipeg definitely a lot colder at -20. Toronto coming in at 0. Detroit is 0. Chicago a little cooler at -2, and that cold drifting back down through Minneapolis and those areas, -10 there. And Quebec a little bit warmer today at only a -4, Montreal at 0, and seeing New Brunswick up in the north a little cooler, but plus temperatures, low pluses down on the bottom end of New Brunswick. It looks like about a 4 or 5 there in Halifax, and Cole Harbour seeing about a 6. And looks like Newfoundland warmed up a bunch. I guess we call it the western side is still below freezing, but you get over here, looks like not bad temperatures for out there on the Avalon Peninsula. We'll come down this way this time and make this easier on me. 8 in Boston, New York 10. And sliding down Virginia Beach about 12 degrees. Grandma B's house 18 degrees Celsius. That'll be a 60 something, 62, 63, no, hang on, 65 Fahrenheit almost. Same thing with Charlotte, North Carolina, and 19 there in Atlanta, and Miami coming in at 23. New Orleans is still in the hot side, just before the cutoff there. They're at 22 degrees. The rest is a lot colder, and we see we've got 7 degrees in San Antonio, Austin 4, Houston at what was it, 10, Dallas at 3, Oklahoma City at -1. Albuquerque, New Mexico -4, and then we see Phoenix at 9 or 10, Tucson at about 7, Mexicali coming in at about 10, Death Valley would be somewhere around, I don't know, about 12 degrees right now, I think. Hey, look at that, Sue, thanks, and that is exactly what we got. 10 there in Los Angeles and Sacramento, about 8, and then if we go up the coast, about a 5 in Portland, a 3 in Eugene, and a 7 up there in Seattle. And we see that cold has gone all the way down on the Baja again and trying to push back in. And Mazatlan coming in at about 19. Mexico City still holding up though at 14. Acapulco coming in at about 26. And we see Cancun made it to 25, or still holding there. It is nighttime though, so temperatures look pretty normal in South America, and looking at Brazil, all good. Looks like about 26 in Rio de Janeiro, Sao Paulo about 22, 23 degrees. Buenos Aires a little bit cooler, and they've got that cold air blowing up from the south. Paysandú only 15 today, and I bet you they wish they were up here somewhere in Paraguay. And we see that is getting a lot colder down on the bottom end. It means that the seasons are changing. Let's go over to New Zealand real quick. And we see New Zealand's actually showing some nice temperatures right now. 19 in Christchurch, and looks like 24, 25 along some of the areas on the western side, and not bad all the way through Wellington, about 17, and we're seeing about 20 at Taupo, and a little bit warmer around the Aucklands area, and of course that is better for them. Helps dry up things, and hopefully Amelia will be okay. 23 degrees there on that peninsula. Moving over a little bit, holy mackerel, it turned red. We have got 32 in Hobart. Tasmania is cooking. Melbourne 35. Leo is just baked. 35, 36, 37, depending on where you hold the hamster. That is incredible. Some 42 degree temperatures in here. Holy mackerel, and that is just incredible. 25 in Adelaide. Sydney coming in at about 28, and home of Oz. Oz got about 30 degrees, but I'm still blown away with these temperatures here. 41, 42 degrees in the outback. Some places even higher at probably 43, 44. And yeah, I see a 43 in here for sure. So that's kind of what we got. Looking at Perth, 27 degrees, and pretty much the same for normal stuff for Fiji, New Caledonia, nothing special, 27, 28. Same thing with Vanuatu, bottom end of Papua New Guinea on the big island here. 33 in some spots, yep, pretty normal. And eastern Indonesia, same kind of affair, as well as some of these islands over here. Looks like a little bit warmer than yesterday for our wonderful Java and Sumatra, quite warm. And Bangkok coming in at about 26, 27 degrees. And thank you, Sue, for bringing that up. Manila, a little bit warmer at 28. But we see that cold is still trying to make its way down here. It looks a little cooler in some spots there in Taiwan. And Japan, real quick, Kagoshima coming in at about 12 degrees right now. If we look at the rest, Seoul only about 5 degrees. Tokyo about 8 or 9. And going up, and we do see some of those cold places below zero. Still probably snowing up in Sapporo, up in the top. And looking at the Kamchatka Peninsula, top end 21, 23, bottom end getting all the way up to about a -6. Delhi coming in at about 14, and I think we're back to normal temperatures of 26, 27. There in anywhere from 25 to 27 in our wonderful Sri Lanka. Freddie's still active here. The other one has dissipated a little bit, and that would be down here now, just a low. So hopefully that'll go away. Cape Town coming in at 19 degrees, and most of Africa starting to get a little bit warmer, and we see more warmth in the Sahara Desert. Cairo still only 8, not so good. UAE is still in the high teens. They should be up in the 20s by now. Same thing goes for Oman and Yemen. And of course, we get into Iraq. Looks like about 3 degrees in Baghdad right now. Not so warm for those guys. And those poor people with the earthquake problems up here in Turkey, still below freezing temperatures. And we see the eastern portions all the way down to 22 degrees in some of those highlands there in eastern Turkey. Piggy's temperature right now, she'd probably have about 10 or 11 degrees out there at our wonderful what do we call it? Atamachia, 10 degrees. And there we go. Thanks, Sue. And let's see what Greece, Athens has got 4 degrees, not so warm. Zoom back out a little bit so we can see Crete on the interior, very cold. Coastlines are warmer. And looking at what we've got there at Randazzo is Randazzo, not Randazzo. Yeah, Randazzo. That's it. 2 degrees. And there we go, right on. And the coastal area is a lot warmer. Looking at Nepal, or Naples, I mean, we have 10 degrees there. Rome will be about 5. Milano, actually 5 as well, which is nice. We'll leave Sardinia alone, about a low single digits, and we have the same. Well, we do see some 11s and 12s there in Portugal and the bottom end of Spain, starting to warm up a little bit for those guys. 4 in Madrid, we do see this bitterly cold high here, holding that air in there, and looks like Aurelio starting to warm up 3 degrees there, and Nantes about 11 degrees. They've got a heat wave coming through. Paris 10, looking at Munich 6 degrees, Frankfurt 6, Cologne coming in at 10, Yvonne Kunkel's house about 10, Berlin about 7, Hamburg is 9, and looks like Luxembourg is somewhere 7-8 degrees. Brussels looking at 9 degrees there in Belgium, and 9 degrees, roughly 8 or 9 there for our wonderful Hermian, and looking at about 5 degrees in Copenhagen, and Aarhus about 6, sliding up to Oslo 1, Stockholm 2, getting over here in St. Petersburg -4, and Moscow -10 right now. And England has got that heat wave happening. 11 in London, looks like a little bit cooler in Wales, but the coastal area is still quite a bit warmer. Leeds 12, Glasgow coming in at about 10, Aberdeen 10, and they have that low sitting up top here, pulling all that air up. And of course we are seeing Dublin at about 12 or 13 degrees, and Irish Monk's Place probably about 12 right now, I'd say, or 11. Well, the map is right, so that is all good. And let's see what we've got here. Rakens 0 degrees, and Alex, is it the 0 degrees there? Is it snowing, Alex? I hope it's not snowing. It's 0 degrees. England, I think spring what? Spring chips. There we go. Weather London. You gotta specify. There's lots of Londons. 12 degrees in London. So London, England, perhaps. Anyway, let's switch over to yeah. I'm sick. What? I stick my hand out of the window. Okay. Check for snow, and I'm sure it's a 0. You could be getting a snow again. Anyway, speaking of snow along the western coast of Alaska, well, the southern coast of Alaska Panhandle, and we see some rain here in British Columbia. They're getting nailed. Northern Saskatchewan's got some snow. And of course, we were expecting that a snowstorm and stuff coming around the Great Lakes. Lake effect snow happening this time of year. Some ice rain around Detroit, and the possibly, oh wow, a lot of ice rain around the Great Lakes. Possibly even up into Buffalo. Hopefully not too bad. Snow there in Tirana. And we see that it's clear for New Brunswick and Nova Scotia and PEI, and most of Newfoundland, Labrador, although they're getting some snow. And we see this storm here all the way from just, I guess, Mississippi all the way up to, well, I guess just about Philadelphia. And that is going to come through. and that is where we had that big temperature change there. You can see that temp line, and that is where it changes. So some of it is warmer, and of course that cold and warm air mixing, creating that big storm stuff. Let's zoom out a little bit. South America definitely still got some rain happening in the rainforest. Looks like, I said it'd be nicer in Paraguay, but it looks like they're getting rained upon pretty bad. Southern portions of Brazil also getting rain. No rain in Paysandu though. So the Moncas is staying dry, and we see the coastal areas getting nailed. No rain in Rio de Janeiro, fortunately. And a little bit of activity down in southern Chile, and sliding over and hoping, starting to look better there in the South Island of New Zealand, North Island as well. Very little rain spots. They still have clouds. Bushfires in Miles, Queensland. Wow, thank you for that super chat, Oz, and appreciate that. Australian, there we go. Thanks, Oz. Bushfires, yeah, I wouldn't doubt it with that heat that you were seeing there. And we see a tremendous amount of heat down everywhere, Tasmania and all the way through. So hopefully some of that will, kind of go out. I know that's a horrible thing to have, is those bushfires with those very, very high temperatures. We are still seeing quite a bit of rain activity and storm activity all over there in the Philippine, Indonesian, and Malaysian areas, to be expected. And not so bad there in Japan. It's eased up a little bit, and we are still seeing out here in this area quite nasty. Those bushfires, Oz, are you getting smoke from them? I'm just curious. I hope you're not getting any of that. That would really be kind of nasty. And so Queensland is that's up in this area, right? I think. Or is that down? No, that would be. I need the other map. It's got the labels on it. Oh, I need the SO2 map. That's got labels on it. That I can tell what's what. Yeah, Queensland. So, yeah, so that is what you can see there. I don't know where that area actually is. Bushfires in Miles, Queensland. Does it show miles on here? No, I'm on the coast. Bushfires inland. Whereabouts is Miles? I'm just trying to figure out where it might be. It may not be on this map either. But yeah, that's not good for them to have the fires, regardless. So we'll leave that for now. But thank you for reporting that, Oz. And I hope they are okay, and hopefully some of that rain will come down, and that would be good. Where's the SO2 is the fires? Oh, hang on, let's oh, that's the wrong map. SO2 there, so up in this region here. Okay, that would make sense. Yeah, you'll see on the map. Yeah. So in this area would be some of those fires. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. All right. Time for the stream to end. Mona Alfano says, "Yep. Let's do the temperature hunt and the cold temp." And warm temps are in Australia. Cold temps are going to be in the other cold places. Let's do this really quickly. I see a minus 49, minus 50 already there in the Antarctic. And we'll do the hunt real quick, and then we'll finish things off. So Yeah, I'm seeing a minus a 50, oh, minus a 51 in Antarctica right there on the screen. Minus a 51. I don't think there's anything colder there. And that should be good for that. And let's slide up to our Greenland and see if we can find a minus 51 up there. And they've got some disturbed weather, so it may not be so simple. There's a minus 46 already. And let's see, a minus 46. Oh, there's a minus 47. Do we see a minus 48? I thought I'd just seen it in here. Minus 48, where are you? Or maybe that was a 46. Somewhere in here. 47, 46, 45. We got 47 for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a minus 47 is about the best we can do. And that was just on that side of the low. Yeah. I don't want to spend too much time looking, so I'm going to go with a minus 47. No, I found minus 51 in Antarctica and minus 47 in Greenland, Sue. Or, not Sue, Sharon, if you're keeping a track. There, we see a minus 46 up here. Haven't seen anything colder, so yeah, minus 47 is what we've got there down in the bottom right there. Minus 47 in Greenland and minus 51 in the other place. And let's take a look at the Canadian North Arctic area. Already see a minus 46 right there. Minus 48. Let's see if we can get anything colder right there. Minus 48. And no, I don't see that. Let's go over here where I normally find the cold stuff. Oh, there's a minus 48 there as well. And let's see if we can find anything colder in this region. Oh, minus 50 I seen. And let's see if we can find a minus 50. Minus 51, minus 52. So a minus 52 right there. And that's pretty cold. And let's see if I can find anything colder. Minus 53 maybe. No. 48, 49, 51. No, 48. 45, getting warmer there. So minus 52 so far. And what about over here? What about my little lakes here? They've warmed up a whole bunch. Usually it gets quite cold there. Sometimes we find some sneaky spots over here. No, those got too much pink in them already, I see. Minus 52 is what we've got. Let's see if some of these other spots are colder. I don't think they are. What about up here? No, it doesn't look so good. What about the interior? Minus 41. That's not going to cut it. The lakes, no. Well, I think I'm going to have to live with that minus 52 that I found there. So, oh, hang on, a minus 47. Let's zoom in here for a second and just see a minus 48. I think a minus 52 is going to be about the limit. Minus 48, no. Let's leave it as a minus 52, and let's see what we can find over in Siberia. That place is always cold. Let's find the minus 60s. I know, Siberia could be a dangerous. Minus 46, 48 already there, 47, 46, no, we have a 48, minus a 48, let's see, and I need a colder than minus a 48, and I don't see it there. Warming up, looks like that other area is kind of pinkish, and there's a minus a 46 in here. What about along that river? Nope. Minus a 48 is our cold. What about down here? No. This area? No, that looks too warm. Too warm. Way too warm. Minus 30 something. That's almost t-shirt weather. Okay, minus 45. No, that's about it for that spot. There's a minus 51. And do we have a minus 52? Minus 51. And, there's a minus 52. Do we see anything colder than a minus 52? So I think minus 52 might be our cold spot for today. What about over here, going up and down these rivers? A minus 52 is what we got. We're looking for colder. And there's a 48 and 47, 46, 49 right there. Do we see anything colder? No. 44. No, warming up there. What about this hook? No, not around here. Minus 43. No. And I think a minus 52 is what I'm going to have to live with. I don't see anything colder in these regions. So minus 52 degrees Celsius. I'm going to call it as that, a minus 52 degrees Celsius. And there we go. And Sue Hayes and Dr. Fox for the win. What happened? Did we tie or something? Or something like that? Yeah, minus 52. What did the Sue get? Sue beat me in the, did we tie? Dog finds 47, 51, 47, 52, and 52. It's a tie game. Oh, it's a tie. Wow. Well, congratulations, Sue. And I found all the same places you did. So let's leave it at that. It is time to wrap it up, you guys. So we do have one bunny eating in the dome. And dead heat. Okay, and that is awesome. Sue, I'll let you go feed the animals since you've got that aircraft ready to go anyway. And thank you very kindly, everyone, for being at our stream today. And I will go feed our rabbit. And that is all cool. And let's see what our other stuff. Hey, Bo, good night to all, and thanks for being here, and appreciate you being in, and all that good stuff. And let's see, what am I looking for? I'm looking for Hawaii. I'm trying to get myself onto Hawaii on my screens. And there we are. I want to see what it looks like live right now there in Hawaii. And, it froze up on me. My mouse is still moving, but, yep, okay. Hawaii is foggy. Hawaii is no good. Let's put it back on the earlier times of the morning here. And then we can watch the little bit of lava in the end. And that is about it. So, okay, that is all good. Good night, Sharon. Yep, Sue, I'll go feed the animals in the cold places. I'll go feed the animals in the bunny shelter. And thank you, Sue. And that was awesome. Glad we tied today. That is really good. And thanks, everyone, for being here. I do appreciate each and every one of you. And thank you, Sue, for helping out with sending that report, even though it was still sitting in the draft box. That's all good. It happens. But I've done that before, too. Anyway, I want to say a big thank you to our super chatters, of course, Mona Alfano and Oz, as well as our gifters, which was Oz and Kevin Haynes. And also Arliss, who renewed her membership, so thank you. Grandma B, of course, was the first person in there today, and that is all good. And thank you, everyone, for being here. If someone here has not yet hit the like button, help us out. We still have an opportunity to make that go up a little bit higher. Would really be nice. I'd love to see that hit over that 100 mark, but I'm not going to hold my breath here. So if we can get that up, it would be really, really cool. Anyway, thanks everyone for being here. I do appreciate all of you. Mona Alfano, again, you have a wonderful birthday there, and I hope everything keeps you smiling and stay young, of course. And you know, you're 29 and smiling, so all good there. Anyway, good night to everyone. Thank you to our moderators: Arizona Snowman, Piggy, CND Boy, Joseph Fields, and Gary 24/7 Live, AZ Skies, and of course Lucas Snow. Thanks everyone. I do appreciate all of you, and thank you for the help. Thank you for the help, Sue. Thank you for the help, Sharon, in keeping a score. And on those notes, time for me to wrap her up. And JB says, good night, Dr. Fox, and good night, JB, and good night, everyone. Please remember, well, we're going to be on tomorrow again, but tomorrow is Friday, by the way, already. Wow, the week went fast. So, yeah, do what I always say. Please tell your loved ones that you love them tonight, for tomorrow is never promised. I'm your host, DrFox2000, here in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Take care, everyone, and we'll see you all tomorrow. So good night, good day, good afternoon, or good morning, and oink oink.